And then number 4 is I think that we don't have good crisis management when it comes to issues within our family. One of the trends I've noticed is that people wait way too long to get help when they have problems. So whether those problems are marital or family problems, we kind of wait until it's dead and then talk about resurrecting it. And that's a problem, right? Can you imagine, like a doctor who waits until his or her patient is dead and then starts treating the patient, right? That's what we do with our families. That's what we do with our marriages. It's like, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine, right? We're just put on a face, and we don't actually try to solve the problem. We don't seek help until it's very, very late. And unfortunately, when you seek counseling so late in the game, it's a lot less effective. So just the fact that we don't ask for help, we don't seek a solution early on, that's very problematic. And part of that is, of course, the stigma, which we have to erase that. Because we have to invest in our marriages, and if there's a problem, or if there's a problem in our family, we should seek help for that, to try to rectify it early on, before it gets to a point where it's just so deep, and there's so much history and resentment that it just becomes very, very difficult to resurrect. Another issue when it comes to crisis management is that I feel like we sit too long in bad situations, all right? We sit too long in bad situations. And I've seen this over and over and over. I have people who contact me. I just got married. It's been a few months, and I found out that my husband is extremely abusive, right? So early on, she finds out her husband's abusive. So what does she do? Well, most of the time, people just sit, and they sit, and they sit, and they sit, and they don't do anything about it. And then what ends up happening, of course, is then they get pregnant. So now they have to sit for the kids. And then 20 years later, and I know cases like this, 20 years later, they finally get out of that abusive situation after this individual has not just abused her, but all of her children, and now her children are suicidal. So do you understand what's happening here? Is that we're sitting in bad situations passively, not doing anything, and then we're taking way too long to rectify or to change these situations, to get out of bad situations. And that's extremely harmful. So, I had one sister, she contacted me and she said, I found out this guy is abusive. He does this, he does this, he does this. Okay, sister, at this point, you don't have kids. This is the point where you have to get out of this bad situation. She didn't. She sat. A few months later, I got another message from her. Guess what she says? I'm pregnant now. Can I get an abortion? So the idea is that this habit that we have to just be passive is very harmful. We have to be able to take action when action is needed. The